Now, he's 29 years of age. His name is Ger Duffy. He's from Castlebar. And on Wednesday, the 21st of September, he begins a fairly amazing challenge to raise money for the Irish Cancer Society and for the Mayo Society for the prevention of cruelty to animals. So he's going to explain his challenge to us bit by bit. He's actually in studio with us this morning, live, wearing his yellow Irish Cancer Society T-shirt. Good morning, Ger Duffy. How are you?
I'm good, Tommy. How are you?
I am mighty, but more to the point, do you need to go and see somebody?
I don't know. But I have a big challenge ahead of me.
I mean, last Friday we were talking to a guy from Bâle who's taking his bicycle to the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and he's going to cycle from the Eiffel Tower to the Round Tower in Bâle, also to raise money, ironically, for the Irish Cancer Society. So that's brilliant. So guys are coming up with all kinds of different challenges. Your challenge, though, involves travelling to the Himalayas in Nepal, where you will hike to Mount Everest Base Camp, and then you're going to attempt to climb, emphasis on the word attempt, to climb Island Peak, which is one of the mountains in the Mount Everest region, which is what height?
It is 20,305 foot high.
Okay, how many Croagh Patricks would that be?
It's about 8.1 Croagh Patricks.
Right.
So it's quite high, and it's at 50% less oxygen than here, where we're sitting in Mayo.
Okay. What prompted you to do this, Ger?
So I've always had a love for Everest. Ever since I was growing up, I read books, watched documentaries, and I've always wanted to see it in person. So over the pandemic, I decided I want to go out there to Mount Everest Base Camp and see it in person. But I wanted to go a step further and try and climb and summit a mountain out there. And I thought, if I'm going doing this, I need to try and attempt to raise money for charity too. So I picked two charities that are very close to me in the Irish Cancer Society and Mayo SPCA. And I want to raise €20,305. That's €1 for every foot that I climb on that mountain.
Okay. Now, in preparing yourself for this, you're a fit lad. There's no doubt about it. But nevertheless, 8.1 Croagh Patricks over what period of time?
So I will, it's going to be 23 days in total, and I will expect to summit around day 18 and the next few days then to descend. But we're encountering high altitude, so that means we have to take it slow, let our body acclimatise. I don't want to get mountain sickness or my trip is over, so I have to take it slow, take my time and acclimatise. And I'm going to come across some really big challenges that I haven't faced before, such as high altitude, 6 to 14 hour climbing days, crossing glaciers, big head walls of ice, and I have to use ice axes and crampons and the whole lot. So it's completely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah. You see, when you read it on paper, well, it's 8, Croagh Patricks over what you're saying is 20, how many days?
23 days.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah. People say, sure, that's not a huge challenge, but it's the altitude and the conditions around you that's the biggest challenge.
Absolutely. If I was to go straight up there and without taking my time, I would get sick straight away.
You would probably die.
I would probably die. It would put me in hospital,
Yeah.
So we cannot risk that. So you have to take your time and be slow and be patient to achieve the summit,
Are you doing it on your own?
I will be going with about 10 other people. I met them for the first time about 3 weeks ago. An absolutely lovely bunch. And we'll have an international guide and our own doctor with us as well, along with a support team of Sherpas, who are the local porters on the mountains, who will provide us assistance with carrying our gear and our food, etc.
Okay, by the way, if you go to the Midwest Radio Facebook page and Instagram this morning, you will get a link to Ger's fundraiser. But get a pen and a piece of paper if you're not on Facebook, and we'll give you all the details about how you can help Ger to raise some of this €20,305. You're doing well even as we speak, but not well enough.
Not well enough. We're currently sitting at about €7,200, so we still have a long way to go to €20,000, but I'm hoping with the support of everyone we can get there. It's two incredible charities. They really need your support, so I would appreciate if anyone could come to us. I have the details here, or will I let you go with that?
We'll give listeners a little time to get a pen and a piece of paper, because there's a few other things I want to ask you, which is, first of all, how you're preparing for this.
So the best way to prepare for this is to get out in the mountains in the Irish Hills, go for maybe 8-9 hour hikes up the mountains, come back down and do it again tomorrow. So mix that with cardio training and weight training in the gym, and I'm giving myself the best chance to do it. Like, you're never going to fully replicate the high altitude conditions, but what you can do is get your cardiovascular system in place, that when you get out there, you give yourself the best chance of success.
Are you worried or apprehensive, confident? What are you?
I'm very nervous. So what a lot of people don't know is I'm afraid of heights.
Oh, well done, Ger. What a great challenge to take on.
So I will, and I'm also not the best flyer, and I will be flying into the world's most dangerous airport on a 14-seater plane to start my trek. And from there, I will be crossing suspension bridges, a couple of 100-foot high. I'll be crossing glaciers with crevasses that will have aluminium ladders across them, crossing over those. So for me, I'm going to encounter some of my biggest fears, and I want to push myself to try and get over those fears.
Would you say that you work well outside your comfort zone? Or do you know yet?
I'm not sure yet. And that's what I want to find out. But when I'm out there, I've no choice but to do this. I have to do this to try and get that €20,000 for the charity. So that's what's driving me and spurring me on.
You mentioned the two charities, Irish Cancer Society and the Mayo Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Why did you pick those two specifically?
So the Irish Cancer Society, my mother in mid-2021 got diagnosed with cancer. Now, thankfully, she's all right now. She's had surgery, she's on the mend, and she's great. But I've seen the impact that somebody who's diagnosed with cancer, the impact it can have on them and their surrounding family members. And the support services that Irish Cancer Society have are incredible. And then with the Mayo SPCA, my girlfriend actually volunteers at the centre, and I went down and helped volunteer with her one day. And I've seen the conditions and everything down there. They have 100 animals down there, and there's a lot of expense with maintaining the facilities down there, the veterinary costs. And
where, by the way, is this in?
Mayo SPCA is in Ballyhonus. It's in Ballyhonus. Yeah, it is. So it's only up the road. But Marren and the crew there do an absolutely phenomenal job, and they deserve all the support they can get.
And like 10 grand to them would be like almost winning the lotto.
Absolutely, it would be huge, and what that could do for them is just astronomical. You know.
What do you do for a living?
I am a photographer and I am a filmmaker. So I work in the corporate commercial space. I do TV stuff. I take product photos. I do all the different types of stuff.
So, and busy?
Very, very busy.
Okay.
And just to note, I will be using these skills while I'm over there. I will be documenting the entire journey. I will be vlogging it from my point of view, and I will be releasing those videos when I come back so people can see what I actually went through to achieve this.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever watched the television program The Cube, and you know, when you go in there, they give you the stats to say, look, it normally takes 4.5 attempts to actually beat this challenge. Is there any stats available to the numbers of people who do or don't make the challenge that you're about to encounter?
I don't have it to hand,
right.
But like the weather dictates a lot. You know, you just don't know what you'll come by on the trip. If the weather doesn't allow you up the mountain, you can't summit. So there is that, but I don't have the stats or figures to hand.
That's okay. That's okay. And the other people that you met for the first time who are also doing this particular fundraiser, are they all doing it for specific charities of their own choices as well?
Not all of them. Some of them are doing it for their own things. Some of them are doing it.
All Irish?
Some of all Irish, and one lady from the Netherlands is coming with us.
Then when it comes to like sleep and rest time, how does that, I mean, do you have a tent? What do you do?
So certain amount along the way we will stay in local tea houses, and when I say tea houses now, they're 4 wooden walls and a little bed that will be very cold. But then as we get higher, we will be staying in tents. You know, some nights it could be up to minus 20 degrees there, so it will be extreme. We've got plenty of layers, but again, we will have the Sherpa support team there who will go ahead of us and get our tents up for us, so when we arrive that it takes a little bit of pressure off us. So
yeah. It sounds to me, Ger, like if you overcome the flight, you know, that in itself is going to be one challenge that, you know, will set you well when you literally have to start doing the real challenge.
Absolutely. Like if I can overcome that alone, that's going to give me such a boost in confidence to complete the rest of the trip then.
Brilliant. Listen, you're doing a few fundraisers over the next few weeks. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so I do have a quiz night. I don't have the details to hand, coming up in Castlebar. I just had a big fundraiser at the weekend, another one in Castlebar. But this coming Friday and Saturday, I will be at Super Value in Claremorris at the door there, collecting some funds for both the charities. So if anybody sees me there, come say hello. I'd love to talk to you, and if you could spare any change at all, throw it in the bucket.
Okay, so that's Super Value in Claremorris this Friday and
Saturday.
Okay,
yeah.
You'll be there shaking a bucket. Do you wake up some mornings and think, am I really doing this?
Absolutely. I question it even when I'm in the gym and I'm pushing myself, and you're tired and you're like, can I actually do it? You start questioning yourself, but I believe we're all capable of something extraordinary, and I just want to find my extraordinary.
Well, look, I sense the focus, so I don't think you're going to have any issues whatsoever. A quick call out for the people who are really behind you, supporting you on this. Who are they?
My family, my girlfriend Joanne, and all my friends, and the 2 charities are giving me great support as well. And I just got so much encouragement and everything on social media with messages and everything. A lot of people are really invested in the story. So there's too many people to name, but thank you to everyone, but mainly Joanne.
All right, Joanne, brownie points all the way. So to listeners out there, would you like to give a few bob to Ger Duffy on this amazing challenge where he's going to attempt to climb Island Peak? They're close to Mount Everest. It's 20,305 feet high. And he starts his expedition on Wednesday, the 21st of September, and he wants to raise €20,305 for the Irish Cancer Society and the Mayo Society for the prevention of cruelty to animals. The reason it's €20,305 is because he wants to raise €1 for every foot of the climb. So if you go on to, well, first of all, I think if you just do Ger Duffy, on Google, Ger Duffy climb, will that get you to the link?
If you search Ger Duffy Everest, that'll get you the
That's the simplest thing to say.
There you go. That's the simplest thing to
way
say.
to do. Just do Mr. Google or Mrs. Google, just Ger Duffy, GerDuffy, Everest, and that will bring you to all of the links. And fair play to you for doing it. Listen, we're going to try and we'll attempt to kind of touch base with you at maybe 2 or 3 times during the expedition, just to see how you're getting on, Ger. And hopefully, I don't know what the phone coverage is going to be like. I mean, that's all up in the air.
It's all up in the air.
Pardon the pun, yeah.
I will record a couple of voice notes along the way, and I'll do my very best to send them back to you to let you know how I'm getting on.
That's all you can do. So listen, well done, congratulations in advance. And when you come back, will you come back in?
Absolutely, I will gladly come back in. And Tommy, I just want to say a big thank you to you and the team here at Midwest for giving me the platform to share my story.
No problem. Well, listen, we admire young fellas and young girls who take on these challenges for worthy causes and who go above and beyond their call of duty and their comfort zone in order to do it. So that's Ger Duffy, 29 years of age from Castlebar, doing that amazing climb of Island Peak starting on the 21st of September. So Ger Duffy Everest will get you to the link, and give a tenner or a fiver, whatever you can afford today, for 2 absolutely wonderful charities. That is Ger Duffy done and dusted. Thanks, Ger. Have a good day.